the product for the production of enzymes, vitamins, hormones, whatever it is the product. Fungi, which we are using for in many ways, in so many ways, so many areas, a lot we are using this fungi. You know, in your topic, we're having the economic importance of fungi in 5 aspects. Role of fungi in the food, role of fungi in agriculture, role of fungi in industry, role of fungi in medicine, and diseases, that mean harmful aspects of the fungi. You know, both having the plus and minus, positive and negative. Here the microbes, fungi having the both aspects, positive aspects and negative aspects, both are there. Useful aspects, lot are there, and harmful aspects also there. Some of the fungi, parasitic fungi, which cause harm, which cause illness, which cause diseases to the plants and animals and human beings. But most of the fungi which we are using in our daily life for our benefit, for the preparation of our food, our medicine, our agriculture production, in so many industries, we are using this fungi. Okay, like that, I already told you, without the yeast, there is no bakery and beverages. Without the yeast, there is no bakery and beverages. No beer, brand, whiskey, alcohol, no bakery items, bread, cake, puff. These all are not there without the yeast, without the fungi, without the bacteria. Only fungi, bacteria, fermentations, which we are very much useful olden days onwards, even though biotechnology term not existed, we using the biotechnological products. Our grandparents also using the biotechnology, producing the biotechnology products. They also the biotechnologists, you know. Even roadside idli, dosha, vada people also biotechnology people. Why? They are using the biotechnology. That biome they are using for production of food, whatever it is. Okay. And then here you can see the first foremost aspect is role of fungi as a food producer in the food. For the production of food, we are using the fungi in the food production. More than 2,000 fungal species are edible as field mushroom, natural occurring mushrooms that we can eat. We will get the more proteinaceous, more minerals which we needed for our daily life, for our movement, for our action, for our daily activities. We need lot of minerals that all will be available in these mushrooms. You know, agaricus comprestis, agaricus bisporus, and Padaxon, and the honey color mushrooms, the fairy mushrooms. You might have seen the fairy mushrooms it grow on the field, grass on the round circle. And puff balls like structures, white or brown color balls upon the land, earth. Lycopodon, Clavaria, and more else. Morchella, Gucci. You know, you might have here Uppalama. Uppalama మొలిచింది అంటారు ఊళ్ళలో. స్మెల్ వస్తుంది, బ్యాడ్ స్మెల్ వచ్చేస్తుంది.
Yes, sir.
ఉప్పలమ్మ మొలిచింది అంటారు, బ్యాడ్ స్మెల్ వచ్చేస్తుంటుంది. That is the morchella. You see the morchella is a uppalama అంటాం మనం. That morchella is whenever it is releasing the spores, that time it gives the bad odor. Even up to 100 meters length also it releases the smell. You know that morchella we are using in the medicine. Gucci antam. Morchella, uppalama. Forest area lo, barren lands lo, wastage lands lo, మన పెంట కుప్పలు వేస్ట్ డస్ట్ వేస్తాం కదా ఆ ఏరియాలో లోపల ఇన్ ద రైనీ సీజన్ ఎస్పెషల్లీ you may got the bad smell, bad odor, fungus smell. That is morchella. Okay, that picture I will show you how it is. So many food resources, so many vitamin, enzymes, hormones, carbohydrates, proteins. The less amount of the carbohydrates are there in the mushroom. That's why it is preferable for even for the diabetic patients, old age people, diabetic patients also. It is very preferable food source. No sugar content. And vitamins also there. I already told you the vitamin B and D. Okay. And a lot. So many importance are there in the food aspect too. You see, lot of mushrooms, fleshy fruiting bodies of higher fungi of Ascomycetes or Basidiomycetes, both, which we are using as an edible fungi. The fungi, some of them are edible, some of them are poisonous fungi also is there. You should take care while plucking it, while taking it, while eating it. Before eat, you should know whether which one is the poisonous, which one is the edible mushroom. Nowadays, mushroom cultivation is the burning industry. So many people, even women, Dwakra people, so many areas, even illiterate people, they are getting trained and cultivating the mushrooms, earning lakhs of the rupees. In the small area, one room space, they are cultivating the mushrooms and getting the money more than the normal agriculture. The mushroom cultivation nowadays is burning topic. Even in any supermarket, you are getting the mushrooms, white button mushrooms packets, paddy straw mushroom packets, button mushroom packets. You are getting. Have you seen? Have you ever seen the mushroom packets? Mushroom? Have you ever eaten the mushrooms? Any supermarket nowadays,
Yes,
any supermarket you are getting now. The lot of proteinaceous food material than the meat. If you eat the meat, you may get the fat. You may get some diseases. But if you eat the mushrooms, you will get the proteins and also minerals, lot of minerals, which are very much useful. Iron, manganese, zinc, selenium is very much needed for the nervous movement, nervous system. That is there in the mushrooms. It you can't find out any other even in the any meat. That lot of proteins, minerals, fiber, dietary fibers, amino acids are there in higher amount than any other. That's why these mushrooms are very much useful. We can get the more energy and proteins than the mutton, chicken. Agaricus bisporus, button mushrooms, these are common growing mushrooms. We call it as button mushrooms. Why? Because it looks like a button shape. Okay, Agaricus comprestis, field mushroom, it grown in the wily field. Other one is Fluorotus osteatus, oyster mushroom. It look like oyster, feral oyster. You know the feral oysters? Oyster mushrooms. And psilocybe, milky mushroom. It is look like white milkies in color. White milkies in color. That's why milky mushrooms. Valvariella valvaceae. This is paddy straw mushroom. It grown on paddy wastage. The gaddi, very gaddi, paddy straw, where the wastage lands, where the grass, most of the grass are there in that area, you will get easily. Nowadays, we are growing the mushrooms in the paddy straw waste. Instead of burning the paddy grass, we are using this paddy straw as a compost material to grow the mushrooms. In the Delhi areas, they burn the paddy wastage, paddy grass. At that time, Delhi is totally getting polluted, Delhi totally filled with the smoke, that causing pollution. If we use this grass for the growing of the mushrooms, we are become the pollution free, and we will also get the money by selling the mushrooms. Okay, and Morchella, I already told you Morchella. What else? And tuber melanosporum and lentinula edotis. Shiitake mushroom. Shiitake mushrooms also nowadays growing. Majorly growing mushrooms are shiitake mushroom, milky mushroom, paddy straw mushroom, and button mushroom. These four type of the mushrooms growing even in illiterate people growing by. There's so many trainees. If you are also interested, you also get trained and you will start the startup of mushroom production. You will get the more money by producing this mushroom. One of the entrepreneurship by studying this fungi, mushrooms, by knowing the life cycle of these mushrooms, how it germinate, how it grow, how we have to cultivate, how we have to harvest. That technique, if you know, you will get more money by doing this. You see, the Agaricus bisporus button mushrooms, Agaricus comprestis in the field, it grows raw widely. You see how it is, how beautiful it is, white button mushrooms and field mushrooms. You see the Fluorotus ostratus, oyster mushrooms, feral oyster shaped mushrooms. And you see the milky mushroom, milky white. The mushrooms are very white, flourish, milky mushrooms. Okay. And you can see the Valverilla valvaceae, paddy straw mushroom. It's grown on paddy straw. Very good. Paddy straw. Okay. You see the Morchella uppalama. You might have seen this. Rohit, you might have seen. Whenever you get the bad smell, odor, nearby that area, it will be present. It may be present. That's why it gives the bad odor. They release the spores. Are you listening? This release the spores. Whenever it is releasing the spore, that time we get the bad odor. It releases the spores up to 100 meters. That is Uppalama. Okay, you see the tuber melanosporum, black truffles, and lentinella, shiitake mushrooms. These are the edible mushrooms, edible fungi that are mushrooms, puffballs, morels, and other Catrella, Sibarius, and Bolitas. These all are high proteinaceous equal to animal proteins. These all are rich source of the vitamin and minerals. Okay. And also very delicious in taste. Okay. So the lot. You see other Morchella, how it is, Catrella, Sibarius, golden color mushroom, Morchella uppalama, grown in the waste debris areas, release the spores, and you see Bolitas, and you see the lycopodon, how it is, how beautiful, attractive, and you see Agaricus comprestis, widely grown in the field wasted. You might have seen these mushrooms in the wild areas. Yeah, in the concrete jungle, we can't see. Huh? Even in the concrete jungle, where the waste places is there, the barren places there we can find out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The lot, these fungi which are produced, which are having the high proteinaceous, highly mineralized, highly rich source of the vitamin, which are there in the fungi. You prepare to eat the mushrooms instead of mutton, chicken. At least you try monthly once the mushrooms. They're having the rich source of the minerals. If you eat mushrooms weekly once, you don't get the paralysis. You know the to control the paralysis, we need the minerals: manganese, selenium, phosphorus. The phosphorus level, selenium level is low in your body, you will get the shivering, shaking. That all the minerals in high level, rich source are there in the mutton, chicken, in the mushrooms. Okay, Mushroom Research Institute is there in the Solan, Himachal Pradesh. There is a Mushroom Research Institute, Solan, Himachal Pradesh, doing a lot of work, research work on the mushrooms, how to grow, what are the life cycle, how many type of the mushrooms, which are the edible mushroom, which are the poisonous mushroom, how we to grow, cultivate. There is a lot of work is going on in the Mushroom Research Institute. At where it is in the competitive exam, they ask where it is. Mushroom Research Institute. Mushroom Research
Himachal
Institute.
Pradesh, Salah.
Mushroom Research Institute at
Himachal Pradesh.
Himachal Pradesh.
Solan in HP, Himachal Pradesh. Where the area is Solan. Like Hyderabad in Telangana, Solan in HP, Himachal Pradesh. There is a, what is that? Mushroom Research Institute, MRI, not MRI scan. Okay. Mushroom Research Institute is there at Solan. And so many IRA institutions also, mushroom research is going on. IRA means, ICAR means Indian Agriculture Research Institutes. Indian Agriculture Research Institute is also growing the mushrooms and giving the training to grow the mushrooms. If you are interested, you can go and learn the mushroom growing techniques in our agriculture university. Where it is? What it is? Professor Jay Shankar, Agriculture. Professor Jay Shankar, Telangana State Agriculture University is there, na? Rajendra Nagar. Rajendra Nagar also, there also manage institute is there. There also they train you how to grow the mushrooms. If you train perfectly, you will get the lakhs of the money in the month instead of doing the hard work in the softwares. You will get the more money and you will provide best health and wealth to the so many people by growing these mushrooms. To grow more people will get available these mushrooms. Okay. And some of the poisonous mushrooms also is there. You should take care while collecting from the wild. Usually cultivating mushrooms are edible mushrooms. That is no problem. That is selling in supermarkets and shops. Even large vegetable shops also we are getting the mushrooms. But there is poisonous mushrooms also there. You should take care. Poisonous mushrooms are very attractive, very good in color. Always there is a day, Sameta undi kada. Good always look like a bitter, but bad always like very attractive, sweet. అందంగా ఉన్నదంటే మోసపోతారు. Very attractive. If you feel it is very attractive, you will get the poison. You may get effects. Okay. That is the nature. In the nature, very attractive, brown color, red color, very attractive in color, mushrooms, golden color, brown color, red color mushrooms, and it releases the ooze. That all are so many poisonous mushrooms. That popularly known as death cap, destroying angel, destroying angel. Destroying angel, death cap. Amanita palloides, Amanita muscaria, we call it as death cap. Amanita palloides, we call it as destroying angel. The Julius Caesar died because of the eating poisonous mushrooms. He is a lover of mushroom. He loves mushrooms, he eats mushroom daily. But his cook want to stop the cooking the mushrooms. He hesitated to cook the mushrooms daily. What he done is he cooked the poisonous mushrooms instead of edible mushrooms. That poisonous mushroom curry eaten by Julius Caesar and died. That is Amanita mushroom. Okay, that poisonous mushrooms are very dangerous. It causes death. It having the toxins, aflatoxins. You know the mycotoxin, aflatoxins. Toxins, poisons which are there in the fungi called as mycotoxin. Aflatoxins, mycotoxins. These are poisons which are there in the fungi. Okay. Majority of the toadstools are poisonous. Okay. And then we will go for the next. You see Amanita muscaria, how attractive it is, how beautiful it is. How beautiful it is, as like a Ramba Urosi. How beautiful. But it is poisonous. How attractive it is, but it is poisonous. Amanita muscaria. You see, you might have seen. Have you ever seen these red color mushrooms?
No,
You
sir.
see?
No, sir.
Okay, you are safe. Bolitas. You see, these also yellow color, brown color. These also poisonous mushrooms. The Entaloma lividus. You see, poisonous mushrooms, brown in color. Usually, white color mushrooms are edible mushrooms. Different color mushrooms are poisonous mushrooms. You should remember, recognize. Okay. And you see the Russella, red color mushrooms. These are poisonous mushrooms. You see, Russella, Enteloma, Bolitas, Amanita. These are the poisonous mushrooms. Whereas these are the edible mushrooms. Fluorota, psilocybe, agaricus. These are the edible mushrooms. Okay. Shiitake mushroom, milky mushroom. You see. And these are the poisonous mushrooms which cause death. Okay. And then, yeast. I already told you a lot of times about yeast. Because of the yeast only, we could get fermented food material, cake, bread, puff, pizza, pastry, whatever it is, bakery items by fermenting. The yeast cakes also there, that all the cakes, whatever it is by fermentation. I already told you about the yeast. You see, Saccharomyces cerevisiae, yeast, brewer's yeast, Saccharomyces. Myces means fungi, Saccharomyces means sugar, Cerevisiae means survive, adjust, live. Fungi which are growing on sugar, named it as Saccharomyces cerevisiae. Saccharomyces means sugar, myces means fungi, Cerevisiae means survive. Fungi which survive on sugar is called as Saccharomyces cerevisiae. Common name is yeast. Okay, YEST yeast, not east-west yeast. Okay. It promotes good health, B complex vitamin. We will get the B complex vitamin and minerals and microbial proteins that we are getting from the yeast by fermenting with the yeast. So many single cell proteins, SCPs, microorganisms, minute organs which having the proteins are called as single cell protein, which are the single cell microorganism or single cell organisms which having the very highly proteinaceous food, that we call it as single cell proteins. You see, yeast, Candida, Torulopsis. Yeast, Candida, Torulopsis. These three we are using as a single cell proteins in the fungi. What are the single cell protein fungi? Completed exam they will ask. What are the single cell protein fungi?
Saccharomyces, Candida.
Torulopsis.
Torulopsis.
Yes, yeast, Candida, Torulopsis. These are the single cell protein fungi. Okay, these we call it as mycoproteins. Myco means fungi. Proteins are available in the fungi that are mycoproteins. You see, not only that, so many from the fusarium venenatum, we are using the product that even substitute the meat. It having the more proteins than the meat. Quorn, Q-U-O-R-N products that is preparing by using the fusarium fungi. These are more than an equal to meat. Okay, and you see moldy cheeses, blue cheese. I already told you, Penicillium camembert and Penicillium rockibert. These two Penicillium species fungi, Penicillium, pencil. You know the Penicillium name came because of it looked like a pencil. Pencil means in the Greek brush. It looked like a brush. Nowadays, it looked like a brush. That's why Penicillium. You know the penicillin products. Alexander Fleming, penicillin, TT injection, antibiotic.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
you see these cheeses, not the normal cheeses, they are costly cheeses, highly what means delicious cheese that prepare by using the Penicillium species too. What are those? Penicillium camembert, Penicillium roxybert. Okay, these two cheeses are costly cheeses. These are having highly proteinaceous than the normal cheese. Okay, you see the cheese. Have you seen the cheese? You see the fermented food material. So many fermented food material, bean balls. You know the whatever the legume seeds, the main pulses. Pulses will be added with the rhizopus or aspergillus. Rhizopus, oligosporus fungi, which will add to the legumes. That means pulses, green gram, red gram, black gram, horse gram. These gram pulses, if we add the rhizopus, it ferments the pulses so that we will get easily digestible protein.
Sir, rhizopus is a harmful.
No, rhizopus is a saprophytes. It grown on decomposing food, dead organic matter.
Yes, sir, but it's but it is not edible product. No?
Yeah, but what we do, even yeast also in the more level, it is not edible. But what we do, whenever we are making it heat, then automatically all the fungi will die. Whatever the bread, cake, puff, whether they are giving directly, they make it heat now. They make it sterilize. Before serving, before ordering, they make it sterilize. That means all the fungi will be died.
Okay.
Okay. Otherwise, they are not giving the rhizopus directly to you. They are using rhizopus for the fermentation of the pulses. For the fermentation of pulses. That means protein material will be loosened.
Okay, sir.
So that it is easy to digest. If the hard-coated protein, we can't digest. But if it is loosened, we easily can digest. Okay. And you see the miso, fermented soya beans. Fermented soya beans, which are adding with the Aspergillus oryzae. You know, in the Japan, China, very costly food material it is, miso. It having the highly proteinaceous. You know the soya beans? Soya bean. Even
Yes.
soya sauce also preparing by fermenting. Soya sauce, soya cheese, soya cheese, that is miso. By using the Aspergillus oryzae, by fermenting the soya beans with the Aspergillus. You see, so many fungi which are having the religious importance also. You see, Amanita palladis, that they feel it as a lightening. You know, the Rubicola festival. Romans, Greek and Romans, they do the Rubicola festival at every the starting of the rainy season. Rubicola, like our Bonalu, like our Bonalu festival. You know, and the starting of the rainy season, we do the Bonalu festival now. That having the scientific reason. Why we do the Bonalu festival? What is the scientific reason behind it? Anybody? You know, we use the turmeric and neem leaves. The turmeric and neem leaves are antibiotic, antifungal, antibacterial, anti-insecticidal, and antimicrobial. If we use this turmeric and neem leaves in our streets, in our house, we we will be free from the microbes in our surroundings. In our all the village, in our all the town will be free, will be eradicated with the fungi and microbes, harmful fungi and microbes. So that we do the Bonalu festival, Bonalu from our home to temple, home towards the temple, where we are going, that area all will be sterilized. All the microbes will be died in that area. So that we will be prevented from the diseases. Whatever the seasonal diseases, that all will be prevented by doing the festival. Okay, have you understood? So many are not interested to participate in the festival, but that all the people are get ill health in the season, rainy season. That is the reason to overcome that. We're having the so many rituals, festivals, which we need to do, which we need to celebrate seasonally to overcome from that, to be healthy even in the hardcore conditions. You see, you feel so many mushrooms are like a goddess, god. You see, pray as a god. So many mushrooms are being pray as a god. You see, already told you the morels, mushrooms, truffles, fubballs, non-woody polyporous. You see the fubballs and you see the toadstools, morels. You know the morels which we are using in the anti-cancer. You see the truffles, where it is growing. From these truffles, we are extracting the oil, the truffle that are very highly costly. You know the high quality vodka. In the vodka preparation, we're using these truffles. You know the vodka? Vodka. And mushroom, you see the wild edible mushrooms and common edible mushrooms. Already shown you. These are the common edible mushrooms. The competitive exam they ask which are the common edible mushrooms. Agaricus bisporus button mushroom, shiitake mushroom, padista mushroom, aster mushroom. And wild also, even wild edible mushrooms also there. Boletus, which I shown you, agaricus and polyporous mushrooms. You see, food of atta ants. Even for the ants, mushrooms as a food. Bolitas I already showed you. You see, very attractive, Lactarius indigo. From this, we are getting the indigo, blue color. You see, blue color mushroom. How blue. It is edible. You don't. Okay. Clathrus rubus. You see how attractive net-like, ball-like structure it is. Football mushroom. It looks like a football. You see how attractive. But I already told you, attractive is poisonous. But even from the poison, we are extracting the chemical that we are using as a medicine. You see, Lacaria, how attractive, how purple it is, how attractive in color. There is name as deceiver. But we are preparing the sauce from this to cure. You see, Hadnelium ficke, the bleeding tooth mushroom. How bleeding from the tooth look like this. Hadnelium. You see how attractive it is, but it is very deadly poisonous. From this, we are getting extraction using in the medicine. You see, big, very big, large mushroom, biggest mushroom, the world biggest mushroom, Macrocybe titans. You see, you should remember, world biggest mushroom, world biggest mushroom. What it is? Microcybe titans. It is the world biggest mushroom. You see how big it is. It is edible. Okay. Don't worry. It is edible mushroom. The biggest mushroom is microcybe. Microcybe titans. Titans ippanta peddadi. Titans ippanta peddadi. Titans. Okay. You see, hygrocybe, how attractive it is. It will usually grown at the grass time. It is used as an artificial fertilizer. We are using the different recipes. You see, Dictyophora induciata. You see, the whale lady. You see how the lady wear the gown like whale lady like structure as like a skirt, lacy skirt. Attractive. It is, but it is deadly poisonous. Even if you touch, you will get illness. You see, Entoloma austeri, how beautiful it is. Usually grown in the New Zealand, bright blue in color. You see, Neonathoponas gardneri. You see how beautiful, green in color. You see, like this, many fungi which we are using in the food industries. You know, the citric acid, Penicillium digitatum, it causes rotting the citrus fruits and milk products. You know, the sometimes milk products are spoiled. That because of these mushrooms, so because of these fungi, Mucor, Aspergillus, Penicillium, Fusarium, if we attack on the milky products, that will be decomposed, that gets spoiled. You know, the mucor or Aspergillus, if it contaminated the bread will be spoiled. Butter, it contaminated with the Oidium lactis. You see, So many Muca, Penicillium, Neurospora, Fusarium, Aspergillus species which grown on meat is causing spoilage. If a contaminated place where if you store a long time, it will be attacked by these fungi that spoil the meat. But now, by the spoiling, by that fermenting, it releases the aflatoxins. Toxins which are releasing from the fungi that are aflatoxins, especially from Aspergillus and Penicillium species. The groundnut, పల్లీలు మురిచిపోయినటువంటి ఒక్కిన పల్లీలు ఉంటాయి కదా, స్మాల్ that are attacked by Aspergillus. The groundnut that having the fungi upon it. If you eat, you will get the botulism disease. That means dizziness, headache, feverish, and vomiting sensations also will come. Vomitings, dizziness, headache. If you eat that spoiled groundnuts instead of fresh round groundnut, if you eat the wrinkled, folded, small groundnut that having the fungi upon it, that having the aflatoxins. That's why so many hostels after eating the breakfast, after eating the lunch, so many are get hospitalized. So many are get vomiting sensation. So many are getting headache. That is the reason unclean, unhygienic food that may having the aflatoxins on the seeds or fruits or food. Due to that, they get the dizziness, headache, and vomiting sensations. You see, I already told you the vomiting sensations, dizziness, diarrhea, that all cause if you eat that. The ergot that also already told you claviceps purpurea, ray ergot that cause the diarrhea, abdominal pain, vomiting. Okay. And next is industry. Till now we have studied the role of fungi in food. That's a question. And the next is role of fungi in industry. I already told you, I think the alcohol fermentation and the bakery productions. The alcohol and bakery product, you see, the bread is preparing because of fermentation. In the fermentation, C6H12O6 gives rise to C2H5OH plus CO2. Yes or not? C2H5OH and plus CO2. That release by fermenting the glucose, carbohydrates. You see, H6O6. That CO2 is released from the food material, whatever the roti prepared. By releasing that CO2, it having the bubbles, empty spaces. That's why it is polar space, very light. You see the yeast you have seen already. Yeast powder we use to prepare the cakes. That yeast powder we add to the roti or whatever it is, pista roti. So that we add. If we add, automatically it swells, it get ferment and it form the bread cake puff. Okay. And you see, the next is, you see enzyme production, so many enzymes. I already told you the enzyme production, digestive, amylase, protease, invertase, enzymes that we are preparing by using this fungi. You see, digestion. For the digestion, we use these tablets, digestion syrup, invertase syrup, amylase syrup, invertase syrup that we are preparing by using this fungi, especially Aspergillus and Saccharomyces yeast. These two fungi we are using for the preparation of enzymes. For indigestion, we use this. And so many organic acid, I already told you. citric acid, penicillium fermentation, oxalic acid from Aspergillus niger fermentation, gluconic acid, and fumaric acid by bolete mushrooms. These boletus mushrooms that preparing the fumaric acid. Even from the lichens, you know that we are using for the digestion of our food. Lichens, pattarka. Okay, these all are which we are using in industry. You know, I already told you gibberellin. This all we already completed, na? Gibberellin, Gibberella fusicori, Macané disease causing fungi. Base releasing gibberellin that we are using as a plant hormone for the growth, for the seedling, for the germination of the seed, for the wide range of the fruit preparation. In the cheese industry, I told you, Kemembatti, Rocky Batti. In the manufacture of proteins, we are using the yeast, and in the vitamin B and D, vitamin B complex vitamins preparation, and in the vitamin D, ergosterol. From the ergosterol, we get the tocopherol, vitamin D. You see, and synthesized fat from the carbohydrates, so many penicillium and endomyces fungi, oidium fungi, and you know there's so many antibiotics, and you know rosella, already to lichen that stop the acidity, alkalinity in our stomach. So many dyes, pigments, atromatin, catenarin, thionesin, nesromyces. You please unmute. Okay. So many are we are using. Dairy, bakeries, cheese industry, and the protein and organic acid production, and in fermented food, miso, soya sauce preparation, in antibiotics preparation, vitamins preparation, alkaloid preparation, plant hormone preparation, even enzymes preparation, which we are useful for our digestion system, invertase, gymase, amylase, cellulase. Okay, gymase, invertase, amylase, you know, the cellulase, it digests the cellulose. You see, in the pigment production, we are preparing the pigments from the fungi, penicillium, a cercospora fungi. From that, we are getting the neocercosporin that we are using. You see, so many Aspergillus fumigatus, penicillium mushrooms, we are getting citrinin. I already told you industrial products, citric acid, oxalic acid, itaconic acid, and cogenic acid, enzymes. You see, gibberellic acid as a biological control to control the pathogenic fungi. To control the plant diseases, we are using the fungi. I already told you the trichoderma and fusarium, glyocladium. These three we are using as a biopesticide. Instead of chemical pesticide, instead of bavastin, monocotopos, that instead of that pesticide, chemical pesticide, that causing ill health to the farmers, we are using these trichoderma, fusarium, glyocladium as a biocontrol agents to control the pathogenic fungi. And even in the medicine also we discussed the penicillium, Alexander Fleming, penicillin, spontaneous discovery, I already told you. The penicillin, graceopulvin, cephalosporin, Joharen, and clavicin. Especially two fungi, Aspergillus and Penicillium. From the two fungi, we are producing the antibiotics that are against the bacteria and fungi that are against to harmful microbes. With that, we will get cure. So see penicillin, Alexander Fleming lab, the penicillium injection and penicillin tablets, how the penicillium it is, and you see the meat products quality improvement purpose also we are using the fungi, and even for the during the preservation of the what it is, chicken. We are using this. You see, aromycin that inhibits so many pathogenic fungi, so many pathogenic bacteria. Okay, and you can see the mixogases that we are preparing by using this fungi, which are using a play role in the combat the plant disease and as well as an antibiotic. You see, aspergillus, from the aspergillus cultures, we are preparing so many antibiotics. You see, graceopulvin from the Penicillium graceopulvin that we use for the itches, rashes. You see, Clavius purpurea that we are using as a vitamin D precursor and the lysergic acid and anti-cancerous drug. We are using that. You see, pubbal, we are preparing the clavicin that we control, prevent the stomach cancer. You see, antibiotics production, so many antibiotics, alkali productions, organic acid production. You know, ergodism, I already told you, clavius by anti-tumor agent, I already told you, this one Ganoderma, which wood rotting fungi, which grown on wood or decaying plants, that having the anti-cancerous property. That Ganoderma, we are earning a lot of money by preparing the Ganoderma powder. Vitamins B and D, steroids productions from the claviceps and aspergillus, yeast-mediated products, and then next is in agriculture. In agriculture, we having the positive role. We go for the positive role first. You see, the positive, how it will be useful, you know, the fungi which decompose, saprophytic fungi, which decompose the dead organic matter.
Heterodomystis. Heterodomystis. Heterodomystis.
What happened? Okay. Saprophytic fungi, which are grown on dead organic matter, dead bodies of the plants and animals, which decompose and which separate the cellulose and lignin, so that the decomposed material will become the fertilizer, soil fertilizer. It cleans the environment and it so that it will be producing the ammonia, nitrates, and phosphorus. It are made available in the soil. So many saprophytic fungi which are participating in the carbon cycle, nitrogen cycle, phosphorus cycle, so that it is producing carbon, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium by this decomposing the dead organic matter by participating in the decomposition, in the cleanliness, scavenger as a natural scavengers. You see, some fungi prevent loss from the soil by leaching. You know, the mycorrhizal association, fungi which are associated with the roots of higher fungi, which preparing the nutrition, ammonia, nitrates. Many insect pests also can be controlled by the insecticidal fungi. I already told you cordyceps. Cordyceps are highly cost than the gold. Cordyceps which grown on insects or worms. They release special type of the hormones, products that are very costly. Glyocladium pubriatum, you see, that kill the soil-borne pathogens. Some of the predaceous fungi which stop and destroy the nematodes, hill nematode, which are especially Trichoderma species, Trichoderma viridi and Trichoderma harzianum, that kill the soil-borne pathogens. Some of the fungi which we are using as a biopesticide, nematicide, instead of chemical pesticides. You see, red bread mold and neurospora and other. We are using the hereditary genetic material. So many slime balls, Physarum. Widely we are using in the experiments of organism, especially in the DNA synthesis, muolite, so many. Okay. Aspergillus niger we are using to detection the trace elements of zinc, nickel, copper. What are the benefits of the fungi in agriculture? As a decomposer, it increasing the soil fertility. Okay, it clean the environment and liberate the large amount of carbon dioxide and control the carbon dioxide level and increase the ammonia and nitrate level, which decompose. You see, so many fungi which has a biocontrol agent to control the fungal diseases. You see, Alternaria solani, which cause the tomato disease, is controlled by Trichoderma harzianum as a biopesticide. You see, blight of peanuts caused by Sclerotium dolphi, also controlling by Trichoderma harzianum, Gleocladium roseum as a biopesticide. Trichoderma lignorum that controls the Pythium, and Rhizoctonia solani also can be checked by Penicillium. And also myconematicides. I told you it kills the nematodes which are there in the soil, which cause root diseases in the plant. And entomogenous fungi, which grown on the insects and which kill the insects, which causing the disease damage to the plant, that insects are being killed by the fungi, especially Bavaria bassiana, entomogenous fungi, entomopathogenic fungi, complete exam auditor, entomopathogenous fungi, is Bavaria bassiana. Like that, we are using these fungi in agriculture in the positive way. You see, metarhizium organism, it control the so many beetles, black rice bug and beetles killed by this fungi. And also at the mycorrhizal association, I told you, by associating with the roots of higher fungi, it produce, it supply the nitrogen and phosphorus so that it will be intake, it available the more nitrogen and phosphorus, more proteinaceous material to the plants. Increase the yielding capacity of the plants by associating with the fungi, roots associating with the fungi. And also it will be plants will be tolerate against the salinity and heavy metal toxicity, and also against to soil and root-borne pathogens. If the mycorrhiza already associated with that, the soil-borne, root-borne pathogens will not enter, will not cause any damage. What about the fungal hyphae? The fungal hyphae mycorrhiza network is larger than our telecommunication network. It having that much wide network in the soil. In the soil, it occupied all the soil with the mycorrhizal network, so that it supply the nutrition to the all the soil plants, especially WAM plant, vascular arbuscular mycorrhizae, either finger-like projection or vesicle-like projections, which are occupied and it produce the ammonia and phosphorus. You see, latex exuding fungi are there, especially Lacterium, which we use. And the soil fertility purpose, so many fungi which we are using, especially Rhodotorula and Saccharomyces. You see mycorrhizal association, how it is, how the mycorrhiza, fungi which are associated with the fungi which are
Roots of
associated with
higher
the
plants. Roots of higher plants.
fungi which are associated with the roots of higher plant. You see here, this is the root and these are the fungi. fungi which are associated with the roots, mycorrhizae, and also other fungi predators, which grow upon the other nematodes or pathogens, so that it kills that pathogenic fungi. Okay, as a mycoremediation, in the mycoremediation remedy, that means cure, in the curing of the so many diseases, so many pathogens, we are using the mycos, that means fungi. Pleurotus austrius, oyster mushrooms, that we are using to cure to from the heavy metal or decomposed material and poisonous material. And mycofiltration, for the filtration of the toxic wastages in the soil, we are using this fungi, especially rosella, that we are using for the mycofiltration. And as an insecticide to kill, I already told you, entomogenous fungi, you have seen fungi grown on insects. Okay, Coleomycetes, Legionnaires, Didar, entomogenous, and you see luminescence. I already told you, Armillaria millia, that emit the green lights. Even in the dense forest, you will get the light because of this fungi. This shows the bioluminescence as like a miniguru purugantama, like that. The luminant, it emits the green light. Even in the dark, you can see. You know, as a biological research, in the biological research also, we are using this fungi, especially Neurophora crassa. We are using in the genetic experiments. So many genetic recombinations, we are using the Neurospora crassa as like Drosophila and animal as a genetic experimental organ, genetic experimental fungi, most predominant using the fungi in the genetic research, molecular research is Neurospora crassa. You see the Neurospora crassa by Beadle and Tata, one gene, one enzyme, one gene, one hormone, one gene, one protein theories are synthesized by using these Neurospora crassa fungi. You see how the Neurospora crassa fungi it is. You see, these are the Beadle and Tata, one gene, one enzyme, one gene, one protein theory of the genetics proposed by using these fungi. Even Aspergillus niger, you are using to determine the heavy metals. You see, Physarum polycephala are using as a model organ for the DNA synthesis and morphogenesis and mitotic cycle and amoeboid movement and cell motility. To see, to do the experiments, this all, we are using this Physarum polycepharum. You know about the Saccharomyces. But some of the harmful aspects of the fungi also is there. Before that, you have to go, I already told you 4 famines in agriculture. 4 famines that are causing so much of the damage to the plants that I told you already. What are those? The first one is Ireland famine. It caused late blight of potato. Late blight of potato. You see the late blight of potato, which is causing by Phytophthora infestans. Phytophthora infestans, which is causing by Phytophthora infestans, that is late blight of potato. Because of that, the total USA countries are get starved. Because no potato crop, all the potato crop damaged by the single fungi, that is Phytophthora infestans. What it is? Phytophthora infestans. This Phytophthora infestans fungi which cause damage to all the potato crop. You know, the